Thank you so much, Professor Antonini, for taking this time to talk to us today about this amazing project of yours, the PD-PAL project. I was so excited to be invited to Padua with you and your team. And I was just really struck by the multidisciplinary aspect of your team, the kind of concept of the project with, that's nurse-centered and patient-centered as well. So maybe you could just tell us a little bit about the PD-PAL project.
Thank you, Indu. I think, we really enjoyed your presence here in Padua, and I think it was great that you appreciated the efforts we made to create a multidisciplinary team here in Italy at the University of Padua. We really wanted to take the full profit from European funding about a project on palliative care, advanced care planning in Parkinson's disease. And the effort was huge because we had to assemble experience across various countries in Europe, where there are different levels of experience. For instance, in the Netherlands, they are a little more ahead of us, while in other regions, a bit more behind, like Estonia. But the idea was really to implement at various institutions groups where you had represented various forms of expertise, especially nurses dedicated to the Parkinson patients, also psychologists, not only for the cognitive assessment, but also to provide some psychological support and relief to people who are highly distressed by the disease and to their families, and also having speech therapists and various experts. I think one of the issues we really paid a lot of attention to was in the project about this spirituality and trying to make people understand that you can still try to preserve a relatively good quality of life throughout various stages of the disease. Of course, when the disease hits the movement, the balance, the ability to speech, the cognitive functions, it becomes much more difficult. And I think you need to provide a lot of support also to the caregivers, the persons living with the people with Parkinson. But I think overall, our objective was really to end up this providing some guidelines, some guidance to the families and also to other physicians. I think neurologists are sometimes not so keen on sharing their work, their experience with other experts. But I really believe that having exchanges and defining the interventions together with people who have different expertise in a disease which affects not only the mind but also the body, like Parkinson, I think is very important.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for telling us about this. And I also really enjoyed the spirituality aspects. I think when you're approaching a person living with Parkinson's throughout the stages, not just at end of life, we have to look at, the whole person and the people around them. And so understanding that spirituality is sort of very important. And I really applaud you guys for your open-mindedness in involving such a diverse group of professionals, and we hope to take that message and grow it with our wellness task force and other initiatives at the Movement Disorder Society. So I think it's a very cool example of how we can all work together to take better care of people living with Parkinson's worldwide. So thank you, Angelo, for this great project and for the invitation, and I look forward to working with you on this in the future.
Thank you, Indo. I look forward